going to need 10,000 fearless black men. I'm going to need 10,000 fearless black men because the space between my black son's life and the life of his white friend is too damn big. I'm going to need 10,000 fearless black men standing in the gap between my people and chokehold justice, between bullet lynchings and lessons on how to self-loathe instead of how to self-love in this stolen place where churches burn down and crosses flare up in the front lawn, where safety is an illusion if you have one drop of sweet African blood coursing through your veins, where you have to die a little just to keep sane, where schools are a place to practice domestic terrorism and little black girls get slammed to the floor from their desk or to the grounds in their swimsuit, or raped at gunpoint by the boys in blue who are the boys in white sheets too. They're the same as their plantation-owning fathers taking and raping and selling us milk and seed and making sure that we can't read the signs that tell us this land was not for you and me. And every time we venture that ribbon of highway, there's a chance that we'll commit suicide in police custody, leaving our black family to pretend that we are not hurting when we go out into the world. We arrive at school, study, do our homework, or we report to our jobs and work. We go to the gym and work out as if we are not in the midst of a civil war. It's almost like if we do a good job, finish our homework, get in a few more reps or steps or whatever, that maybe something marvelous, magnificent, miraculous, magical will happen, and cops will stop killing our babies and our sisters and our brothers, and we'll stop killing each other while emulating our oppressor, causing us to fight a war on two fronts, one with our own people and another with systemic racism. I'm going to need 10,000 fearless black men. I'm going to need 10,000 fearless black men because I am tired of hashtags. Hashtag his name. Hashtag justice. Hashtag same old stuff. Hashtag administrative leave. Hashtag damn not again. Hashtag next week his friend. Hashtag how long will it be before hashtag me. Hashtag it's just math now. Hashtag change now. Hashtag I cry in blood now. Hashtag the river is full, y'all. Hashtag God, why do they hate us so? Hashtag peace. Hashtag bear arms. Hashtag give me free. Hashtag black is beautiful. Hashtag beware of the enemy. Hashtag beware of the frenemy. Hashtag acquitted. Hashtag the thug story is a lie. Hashtag 28 hours in Chicago. Hashtag bullets are the new tree limbs. Hashtag shot. Hashtag reckless driving. Hashtag hammer fist to the face. Hashtag he was in a wheelchair, y'all. Hashtag what does his criminal history have to do with it? Hashtag elder killed at home. Hashtag stairway. Hashtag millions of taxpayers' dollars. Hashtag turn their backs to the mayor. Hashtag civil war. Hashtag hoodies. Hashtag widows. Hashtag headlines. Hashtag grand jury. Hashtag no reason to indict. Hashtag under investigation. Hashtag outrage. Hashtag peaceful protest. Hashtag riots. Hashtag mothers. Hashtag memorial services. Hashtag damn. Hashtag what the what. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag don't ruin the hashtag. Hashtag life insurance. Hashtag organ trafficking. Hashtag justice for his name. Hashtag justice for her name. Hashtag gender is irrelevant. Hashtag can't be black on college campuses. Hashtag Arizona iced tea and Skittles. Hashtag Air Jordans. Hashtag close the opportunity gap. Hashtag y'all wasn't ready for that. I'm gonna need 10,000 fearless black men because the space between my black son's life and the life of his white friend is too big.